desperate times call for desperate measures. That's something that I've heard a lot. That's something that I've seen a lot happen. But I never really thought that would result in a bowler coming in to bat at like 6 or 7 wickets down and then scoring a century. I've never heard that one, especially not in a test format. But I guess anything is possible now. Desperate times do call for desperate measures because Ravichandra Ashwin came in clutch. Not gonna lie, Ravichandra Ashwin scoring a century in a test format was not on my 2024 bingo card. But it should have been because, man, that was so surprising. I mean, especially because he rose to the occasion too, right? India was like 5 or 6 wickets down. Him and Jadeja were going out to bat, right? And Bangladesh, I think at that point they were a little confident. You know, we got this in the bag. Everyone else got out very early. Some players got out for ducks. We got this. And then in comes Ravichandra Ashwin and Jadeja, and they are just hammering these Bangladesh bowlers. I believe it was like 10 fours and like 4 sixes. I don't know. It could be the other way around or vice versa or something. But what's even more impressive is that Ravichandra Ashwin got a century and even like higher. I think he got like 122 or something, if I'm correct. I'm not totally sure. Off of like 100 balls. In Test cricket, this is very, very hard to do. First off, Test cricket is a really hard format, you know, and for Test cricket, you have to have a knowledge of the game. You have to understand how to play it, and not everyone can play Test cricket, you know. There's some really great players out there. For example, Suryakumar Yadav, amazing T20 batsman, the new captain of India's T20 team. But Test cricket, that's not his strongest format, right? Because Test cricket is a difficult game to play. So having a bowler come in and score a century in Test cricket, that's mind-blowing, you know? And especially desperate times call for desperate measures. And in the situation that India was in right now, they needed someone to step up into the plate. And not only did Ashwin step up, Jadeja stepped up too. They were going, like, playing with each other ball for ball. You know, it wasn't like one was mainly taking all the big shots and the other was just hitting singles and twos just to keep the game going, just to keep the game safe because they didn't want to lose another wicket, right? They were matching each other's pace and they both got centuries, so like twin centuries, double centuries. It was quite an exciting match. And, you know, if this is what India's like right now, the good thing about India's team is that we have these backups. You know, we have these all-rounders to pull through. Jadeja, I'm not really sure if I can call Ashwin an all-rounder, but after today's performance, we might have to seriously debate that. But back to what I was saying. The good thing about India's team is that they have players like this. The whole team is filled with players who can turn back the game, take it back in any situation. We've seen this in the T20 World Cup. We've seen this in the final when it was 16 off of 6. Forget 16 off of 6. 30 off of 30. Okay, that's stressful. And in a final too, the pressure's on to turn that game around. Also here, you're 5 or 6 wickets down. You have an all-rounder out and you have a bowler out. And for both of them to score centuries, mostly for Ravichandra Ashwin to step up, to take his batting, to really want it, to want this desire, right? Having players now that can just turn the game around for you, that can step up to the plate is so essential because it contributes and it plays a big part in how the rest of your team is. If every single player of your team is ready to give 110%, then even if your team may not be the strongest team, I would say you still have a better chance than a team with very strong players who aren't ready to give their 110, let alone 100%. You know, they're not motivated. Motivation is such a big part in how you do things, you know? And just Ravichandra Ashwin having this motivation to go forward and to do this, pushing himself, stepping up to the plate when he knew his team was needed, being a team player. I cannot emphasize, sorry, that was bad. Being a team player, that was much better. I cannot emphasize how much that helps your team, how much it benefits your team. And this skill, having this asset, it's not easy. Not everyone can be a team player. It's very easy to say, no, I just want to do this. Actually, I just want to do that. Actually, I'm a bowler and batting isn't my specialty, so I'll just try to get out quickly. You know, let everyone else fend for themselves. That's very easy to do, and it takes someone very commendable to stay out there, to bat, and to score a century and want to stay out there for their team and to give it their all. So, to Ravichandra Ashwin, congrats. This was a big surprise. And to all of Team India, if India can keep playing with this mindset and keep doing this, I would say that that World Test Championship, that mace, is looking very bright and very shiny in our future.